So this is my first Bold, and I'm thrilled to be here. And I wanted to start with a personal story to tell you why it's so meaningful for me to be here. So this was a long time ago. I was in my early 20s. I was living in Manhattan, and I was living life on the fast lane. I had a high-stress job. I was working a lot of hours, and I was doing things in my personal life that you do when you're in your early 20s and you think you're invincible. So I ended up hitting the wall, and I hit it really hard, both physically and mentally. And I ended up taking extended time off just to recover and regroup. Coincidentally, one of the books I read at that time, which was a turning point for me, was a book called The Mindbody Connection by John Sarno. Have any of you read that book? Okay, a few of you. If you haven't read it, highly recommend it. It was a turning point for me, and at that time, I started meditating every day. I started working out every day, both things that I do every day to this day. And it's really helped turn my life around. And I share that story with you to tell you that the work that you do, I am deeply, deeply grateful for. So thank you. And it's not just me. As a Mindbody community, we have an impact on a lot of people around the world. In the past year, all of you have touched 38.3 million lives around the world. That's a lot of people. I think you deserve a round of applause for that. So that's a big number, but when you step back and think about it, the global population right now is 7.7 billion people. So this is just a drop in the bucket. There's a lot more we can do. We want to get that number to 100 million and then to 1 billion. That's the opportunity in front of us. In order for us to do that, we need to understand where our industry is going. So you heard Amaya talk about some of the key technology trends. We also need to know where our users are going, where our clients are going. And we live in the age of what I call extreme customer expectations, where these consumers have all the information they need at their fingertips. They are able to switch services easily, and they have all the power these days. And consumer loyalty in this world is very, very difficult. These are the types of experiences that our clients, our consumers are used to. These companies are not in our space, but they are really setting the tone and the pace when it comes to consumer expectations. You have companies like DoorDash, which are changing the way people eat. You have companies like Stitch Fix, which are changing the way people order clothes. You have companies like One Medical, which is changing the whole doctor visit. And you have companies like Lyft, which are changing how people commute. And again, not in our industry, but this is what our consumers are getting used to. And this is what me and the rest of the R&D team at Mindbody are thinking of. And we want to get our experience, the experience you provide your clients, to this level and surpass it. That's what we spend time thinking about. So when it comes to our platform, there are 4 primary things that we look at doing for all of you. It starts with helping you attract, identify prospects. Then we help you convert those prospects to paying clients. Then we work on making sure that you are providing them a great experience, or enhancing the experience you provide them. And then finally, we help you with retaining these customers. So those are the 4 primary jobs that we help you with. And I'm going to spend the next 30, 35 minutes giving you demos of latest innovations that we've delivered to help you across all these 4 areas. You guys ready? Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with Attract, so helping you find new consumers. This is where the Mindbody app comes into the picture. So we created this app mainly to help expand the number of consumers in our ecosystem. So remember that 38.3 million? We want to get that to 100 million and then to 1 billion. This is why we created the Mindbody app. We want to attract more consumers into the ecosystem so you're able to get more paying clients into your business. That's why we created this app. This app gets a lot of traffic already. So we have 2 million monthly active users every month. And they are very active on the app. Last month, they made over 6 million bookings. That's a lot of bookings, which translates to almost 9,000 bookings every hour. That's a lot of traffic coming through the channel. You want to make sure you're plugged into that. Another reason you want to plug into this channel is because of how attractive this customer segment is. They spend a lot of money. They spend close to $300 on fitness, beauty, and wellness every month. They work out a lot. They work out more than 3-4 times a week. And the last stat is an interesting one, and it's a truth we must all face. 80% of them frequent multiple businesses, right? People like me, I pick one salon or I pick one fitness studio and I stick with it for the longer term. That's not how Gen Zers think. That's not how millennials think. They like the variety, right? And this is the hard truth we need to face. So you have a choice. You can either say, yeah, I'm just going to entirely ignore that segment, or you could say, I'm going to go after their business and I'm going to give them such a great experience that when they're ready to settle, they're going to pick me. And I hope you choose the latter option. Make sense? Okay? All right, so wanted to give you a demo of the Mindbody app and some of the recent innovations that team has delivered. So you can see intro offers, you could see other things when you log in. When you go to the profile screen, we've integrated Apple, Google, and Fitbit. So now you're able to see all that information consolidated. So the number of classes you've taken, how many calories you've burned, how many steps you've taken. You can also favorite your favorite instructors. So this makes it really easy for you to look at their schedule and then go ahead and book a class. So this particular user is then going to the main page. They're interested in an intro offer. They find one that they like. They click on that. And they look at more details about the offer. They want to get more details on the studio, so they click on that. And they browse through some of the pictures. They scroll down, and then they look at the description. And they go ahead and purchase the intro offer. So the thing I want to call out is the pictures that you have on the app and the description that you have, that is your digital storefront. That's what people are looking at when they decide if they want to come in or not. So you want to make sure that those look great and are pictures and a description that you're proud of. Our interests are aligned. Mindbody wins when all of you win. That's why we created this app. We want to get more consumers into the ecosystem so you can get more paying clients. To enable that, we are investing millions of dollars on advertising. So in the first part of the year, we've been running ads. So there are bus wraparounds. We've been running streaming audio ads. We've been running streaming video ads on different channels like Spotify. And we are seeing a lot of success. And we are going to be ramping that up to another level and scaling this out to a lot more cities. So don't be surprised if you see some of the ads in your city. All right, so you've worked hard. You've gotten new consumers. Now you want to convert them into a paying client. You may have heard about an acquisition we did a couple of months ago called BowTie. Raise your hands if you have. Okay, so some of you have. So for the others, BowTie is a company we bought a couple of months ago. It is an AI receptionist, and AI stands for artificial intelligence. It sounds cool. In this case, it happens to be really cool, and I'm excited to share more details with you. But first, some data. 44% of consumers still like to call to make a beauty, especially a beauty appointment. 62% of those calls go unanswered. That's not surprising, I get it. You guys are busy, you're running your business, you're tending to your clients, you don't have time to answer every call that comes in. But here's the stat that's a little disturbing. 80% of callers don't leave a voicemail. That's a lot of missed clients, a lot of missed revenue. If you're like one of my kids, you like texting people even when you're sitting right next to them. Apparently, it's not just my kids. A lot of people want to text. They like texting. They want to text you as well. 89% of consumers want to text all of you. So I'm going to introduce you to a salon called Amici Hair. They are based out of New York. They have a cult following, and they've been using BowTie for a while. And let's hear from them about their experience.
Amici Hair Philosophy started on the East Village on 1st Street in New York City. Our salon is everything's customized. We particularly care for the personal style, not just the aesthetic. Before I start haircut, I always ask questions like what they like, what kind of lifestyle they have, and then I figure what's the best for them. So it's really all customized.
As a stylist, from a floor point of view, keeping a good relationship and checking in with your client afterwards is always a main priority, especially when it comes to retention. After the customer leaves, BowTie reaches out to you to continually keep the conversation going, keep the conversation open. If they have any questions, and you can thank them, and it's just a more direct line of communication with your client that we didn't really have before. If you are trying to take care of a client, you're having a great conversation with them and the phone is ringing and it's ringing and it's ringing, you don't really have to worry about stopping what you're doing and cutting off somebody mid-conversation, mid-transaction. You can just let it go and the system picks it up for you and it handles it.
All our clients love the virtual assistant because they have the freedom to book an appointment whenever they want, wherever they are. Even if it's midnight, 2 in the morning, that they can still book for the next day. So that for them, for our client, it changed totally the way they book.
I think the best part about it is just like the less things that I have to do when it's involved. So out of the last 928 messages that we got, only 6 of them needed human intervention. So I only needed to step in and help 6 people out of 928 messages. And I just think that if that's not a time saver, then what is?
Great, I hope you caught that part at the end. 928 interactions and only 6 required human intervention. So first off, that's 928 interactions that they didn't miss. Secondly, only 6 of them needed human intervention. So that's a lot of time saved. Let's take a look at how the product actually works. So this is a user who starts off on Google, does a search for Amici hair, finds it, goes ahead and calls them. No surprise, they get the voicemail. They don't leave a voicemail. And this is where BowTie kicks in. It immediately sends a text saying, how can I help? The client goes ahead and says they're looking for a haircut next Thursday. BowTie asks a clarifying question, what type of haircut? The client responds. BowTie then gives them options for scheduling. Person chooses a time. And then BowTie asks for confirmation before actually putting the appointment together. And once the person confirms, and it even gives them an estimate, goes ahead and makes the appointment. As simple as that. Now, you may be curious about, hey, what happens if the client asks a question that BowTie cannot answer? So let's take a look at what happens in that case. So the client says, hey, the last time I was there, Amici used a hair product. Can you tell me what that product was? And BowTie doesn't know the answer. And let's see how BowTie reacts to that. So what BowTie does is it actually kicks off a notification to your front desk staff. And that person is then pulled into the conversation. So they see the question, they respond saying that they're on it, and they in turn then reach out to Amici himself with the question. Amici responds, and the front desk staff, Allison, goes back to the client and then closes the loop with them. As simple as that. Now, keep in mind, this is the exception scenario, right? 938 interactions, only 6 of them needed human intervention. Sound cool? What do you guys think? Yeah? Excellent, excellent. Okay, so moving forward. So you've worked really hard, you've found prospects, you've converted them to be paying clients. Now, you want to enhance the experience they get when they're in your facility. And some of you sitting here may be going, hey, all this new stuff is cool, but what are you doing with your core product, right? And it's a fair question, and I'm happy to share with you that we have hundreds of developers who are working every day to improve our platform. They're making changes every day. We release every couple of weeks. And I'm going to share with you just a few of those innovations that they worked on in the past couple of months, improving the core product. Starting with the class check-in app. So those of you already using it, you know how valuable this is. This enables your clients to do self-service check-in, so you don't have that big traffic jam prior to a class with you trying to check everybody in. We've made huge usability improvements, so the product looks better, works better, and if you're already using it, please continue using it. If you're not already using it, please go ahead and use the product. It's free, you've already paid for it, it's included in your package. We want to make sure that you don't lose any revenue opportunity. So to enable that, we've added alerts, which will let you know when there are scenarios that could actually impact your revenue stream. Starting with failed autopays. So we've added an alert which will tell you when autopay has failed. And prior to this alert, we have data that showed that you ran the autopay details report 18 times every month. You don't have to do that anymore. When an autopay fails, we will automatically alert you and give you all the information that you need right there. Fantastic. We've also added alerts, which will let you know when an intro offer is about to expire or when a credit card is about to expire that's been set up for autopay. So all this information right there in front of you. Another capability we've added is a capability that enables your staff to easily publish their class or schedule on their social network and broadcast it to their entire network. Your staff love it because it gives them a way to fill up the classes. Your clients love it because it's an easy way to find out about these classes and appointments and an easy way for them to go ahead and book it. And we have data that says 1 out of every 5 clients has booked a class this way. And you know that that number is going to keep going up. You know how much time everyone's spending on social networks, so that number is going to keep going up. Video on demand. So you heard Amaya talk about this earlier. She talked about how this isn't a threat, which is true. People love coming into your facility, getting that workout, that social interaction. It's not a threat. But you should be aware that this is a huge opportunity. You have clients who want this ability when they're traveling or when they're not able to come into your facility. They would love to have streaming ability and would pay you for it. So we have multiple partners who are here who can help you with this. They can help you create the video, they can help you upload it, and then they will stream it to all your clients. We've worked on integration with these partners. So we've integrated our client management systems and our billing systems. So you can easily create an add-on subscription on top of your regular subscription or packages to add on subscription for video on demand and charge for it. So please look into it. I'm assuming that all of you are already thinking about it. The chance is now, so please go ahead and take action. Fit metrics. This gives your clients heart rate monitoring and equipment tracking. It also comes with a visual workout builder, which allows your trainers to display the workout on a screen so they can spend more time one-on-one working with your clients. It also comes with Group X management, which gives you an easy way to manage your trainer's schedule and takes care of automatically switching trainers if there's a need to do that. And it also comes with a portal that your trainers can use for engaging with your clients so they can keep that engagement going even after the class, which is really important. Okay, so everything I've shared with you until this point are capabilities that are already out there. You can go ahead and use it. There is one item that I want to give a preview of, and it's something I've heard from a lot of you. And the team's heard from a lot of you, and this capability is family accounts. Yes, so it is coming, the team's working on it, and it's going to be coming out very soon. Think of it like your Netflix family account. So it gives your clients a way to log in once and then manage all their purchases and memberships in one place, okay? So my ask number 3 of all of you, like I said, we have hundreds of developers who are working really hard to continue to improve the platform. And it would be a shame if we release a bunch of things and you're not aware. So there are 3 ways for you to find out what improvements are coming out in the product. Way number 1 is the product newsletter that comes out every quarter. Please keep your eyes open for that, go through it. The second way you can find out is when you log in, the bottom right of your screen, there is a pop-up that comes up, and you can click on that and that'll give you more details about product improvements. And then the third way is for you to just go to our support website, and right up front, there is a What's New link. You can click on that and that'll tell you what new product capabilities have come out as well. So do you guys do that for me? Okay, great, thank you. All right, so you've worked really hard, you've added a lot of new clients, you've given them a great experience. You want to make sure that you keep these clients. And the reason that's really important is this. It's 5 to 25 times more expensive to acquire a new client than to keep an existing one. You guys probably knew this already, but that's how much it costs to get a new client. So I'm going to introduce you to a customer of ours, Michael and Peyton Hughes. They run Gymnazo Fitness Studio in San Luis Obispo. A lot of you know them. Yes, so they have a fast-growing business. They also have a growing family. That may have been them in the back with the crying baby. And they use the Mindbody marketing suite to great benefit. So let's hear from them.
At Gymnazo, our key focus is blending restoration training and performance training. Every client that comes through is unique and has different levels of movement and performance. We call it authentic functional training. But you have to run a business. You have to reach out, keeping people dialed in, accountable. How do we keep that with all of our customers?
There's a million different hats that we wear in small business, and automation has really changed and elevated our game at Gymnazo. And the lists that we were able to take and then turn into campaigns that just run around the clock seamlessly has been really, really powerful and bought us a lot of time that we can now spend in strategy, connecting with clients. Anything that we can, we try to celebrate. Birthdays, anniversaries, work anniversaries. There's automations for all of those. So it allows us to show to each and every customer that walks through our doors, the things in your life that matter to you are significant to us. One of the things that's hard to prove in fitness is, are you actually retaining your clients? When we notice the details and we take time sending them a text message to say, hey, we missed you, it's been a few days since your last workout, or when we send an email encouraging them to maximize their membership, all those little touches really help people to feel like they're missed, they're valued, they're important, and that keeps people walking back through the door. My team loves this tool. It's easy to use, it's integrated, they aren't logging in, logging out. It has more tools and capabilities than we had with the other software programs that we were using. And quite honestly, we feel like even now we've underutilized the tool, which excites us. We feel really good about what Marketing Suite's been able to do for our business.
That was great. The key word is automation. So with the Mindbody Marketing Suite, you can set up campaigns and automations which will automatically take care of running it. And let me show you how that's actually working. So this is a automations page, and this customer has set up automations for celebrating somebody's birthday. So they've set it up so emails go out on birthdays. They've set it up so if somebody hasn't come in 10 days or 30 days, they get an email. They've also got celebration emails when somebody takes their 100th class. And the system, based on these automations, will automatically start sending out these texts and emails. So in this particular case, it's an automation for somebody who hasn't come in 10 days. And based on that condition being met, a text gets sent out with a 10% off code. Similarly, they've set up an automation for somebody who hasn't come in 30 days, so they get an email with a 25% off code. So these things work. Each of these moments of engagement are really, really important. And a way for you to know if it's going to work or if it is working is this dashboard that the team has created, which is really, really good. And it gives you insights into the performance of your marketing campaigns. So it tells you how many new visits you've had as a result of the marketing that you've done. And it tells you probably the most important metric, which is how much additional revenue you've generated based on the marketing that you've done. It also tells you how many clients you've rescued. And it also tells you what your net promoter score is. So it's all right there, front and center. You can look at this, make the tweaks that you need to get the results that you're looking for. All right, so that's everything that's come out. Not everything, it's a subset of everything that's come out in the past few months. I'm going to switch topics on you guys. I'm going to take a deep breath. We're going to move to an entirely different topic. And I'm going to talk about the future and what's coming. There is a technology that's impacting pretty much every industry across the world, and it's directly impacting our lives. Any guesses on what that is? Somebody already said it. It is AI. If I had a prize, I would give it to you. I don't, but you got the right answer. It is artificial intelligence. And let me define what artificial intelligence is, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. AI stands for when a machine can learn and then act like a human. So autonomous driving, self-driving cars, that's an example of AI. Recommendation systems, so on Amazon and Netflix, these systems look at your past behavior. It looks at what others like you are doing, and then based on that, it gives you movie and show recommendations and product recommendations. That's an example of AI. BowTie, I mentioned this before, that's AI as well. It uses something called natural language processing, which is a subset of AI, to have that interaction with humans, understand their intent, and have that conversation. So those are all examples of AI. I'm obviously a huge proponent of AI. I think it's going to do a lot of good for humanity. Not everyone feels that way. So 57% of people think that AI is a threat to the human race. I think they may have seen Terminator maybe one too many times. But there is some truth to this. You got to apply AI in the right way, in the right area, to get the most benefit from it. There is a debate that's happening across multiple industries around the impact that AI is going to have on jobs. I think that's a fair question, and I want to spend just a couple of minutes on that. One of my favorite books in the past year is a book called AI Superpowers. Highly recommend it. If you haven't read it, please go get it. It's written by a person called Kai-Fu Lee, and he used to head up Google China, and he used to also head up Microsoft China, and now he just invests in AI companies. So he's an expert in this field, and he spent some time analyzing AI's impact on jobs, and he came up with this 2x2. So let me just walk you through this 2x2. So along the x-axis on the left, you have jobs that are highly structured, and then to the right, you have jobs that are highly creative. Along the y-axis, on the top, you have jobs that require a lot of social interaction, and then in the bottom, jobs that don't require social interaction. So if you're in a job that requires a lot of creativity and requires a lot of social interaction, you're in the safe zone, okay? If you're in a job that is highly structured and doesn't require a lot of social interaction, you're in the danger zone. And if you're in the other two quadrants, it's a wait and see. It's a gray area. We got to see how things evolve. Now, let's see where some of the jobs fall. So if you're a social worker or a psychiatrist or a CEO or a business owner, which a lot of you are, you're in the safe zone. So that's good. If you're a telemarketer or a radiologist, I mentioned this before, or a dishwasher, you're in the danger zone. So you need to think about where you want to take your career. Now, one question that's probably top of mind for you is, how does this impact our industry? So I'm happy to tell you that our jobs are in the safe zone because they require a lot of creativity, and they also require a lot of social interaction. Now, that doesn't mean, hey, we're done with AI, it doesn't have anything to do with us, we just move on. AI can help us, it will help us. We need to use it to provide that really personalized experience to our clients, and we can also use AI to make sure that we're giving you the insights and the help that you need to run an efficient business. So this is going to be a huge area of focus for us, a huge area of innovation for us. And I'm excited to share with all of you a video we've put together that gives you a vignette of some of the concepts that we are thinking through. And with that, let me turn it over to the video.
With personalized wellness and artificial intelligence, the power to manage your business is at your fingertips. AI-powered recommendations for every individual. Health tracking senses what your consumers need when they need it. Seamless integration with schedules that include in-person services and on-demand video allows you to connect in the moment. Augmented reality enables your consumers to visualize their future. Frictionless checkout, tipping, and reviews keeps the conversation going. As a business owner, you have access to critical business data in one place, including industry insights that haven't been visible until now. Easily find your next best hire. Identify the right classes, services, and prices based on real-time market demand data. And while your consumers meet their goals, you grow your business. With artificial intelligence, the power to manage your business is at your fingertips. AI enables you to engage with your clients at scale. Because it's not enough to live in this world. We all deserve to thrive in it.
What did you think? It's pretty cool, right? The thing I want to call out is this isn't Star Wars type tech, which is decades out. This is imminent. Over the next year, couple of years, you're going to see a lot of the functionality that was demoed come alive. This is what the R&D team at Mindbody is working on. This is how we create an experience that mirrors what we talked about in the beginning from DoorDash and Stitch Fix. And when we deliver this, it's not just going to meet it, it's going to surpass it. That's why I am so excited to be here at this time. I'm really thankful to be the CTO of Mindbody at this time and your CTO. I just want to close by saying thank you all for your support. Thank you for being a customer.